So we're back at the shop today, working on the hot rod, getting it serviced from our outing actually last weekend. We were at the Woodburn Night of Fire race, and we had a great outing, but it's just been a challenging year after such an incredible year last year, where the car went quicker and faster seemingly at every outing, and we ended up running, after the Seattle National event, where we went 540 flat twice, we never ran a 40 again. I mean, we went 30s every lap until we ran 20s. So, and then we went over 270 for the first time, and we just had an outstanding year. Went to the final round at the national event. We just had an outstanding year. Thank you very much. Very kind. Now that's a good crew right there. So we had a great year. Service car over the winter. We made a few changes, trying to lighten the car up a bit. But it made to change the clutch, but not to try to improve it. It was just worn out. I had to put new facings on it. In the process of that, it made an unintended change, and without getting super technical that nobody's going to care about, it ended up adding way more clutch than I had ever intended to add. So we spent our first two outings just blowing the tires off, smoking the tires, going nowhere. Looked like we just kept doing burnouts, and that was wholly unintentional. Very discouraging. So we go to the Night of Fire race thinking, okay, we've got this thing fixed, we got new tires on it, and we won't have to hold the brake, because that's what we had to do at that second outing. The only way I could make it was to send Russ with a dadgum brake held, and it made it, but it's kind of discouraging, and it never goes fast when you hold the darn brake. So we get to the Night of Fire race, and we're thinking, okay, this is it, 'cause we got a real racetrack, meaning it's properly prepared, and it was a great racetrack. But the air is really good because it cools down at night, so we had great air, great racetrack. And so our first attempt, what do? We blow the tires off again. Like, oh my God, this is never gonna end. Very frustrating. So it's just been one of those years that's extraordinarily challenging after such a great year last year. So we were just completely lost. Like, God, what do I have to do to get this thing to go down the track? So major change to the clutch, major changes to the motor, try to pull a bunch of power out, which I don't want to do, but it's got to make it down the track. So we finally get down the track. We make a couple laps where it goes down the track, but he's holding the brake. And we're through our second hit and our third hit, and we're not having to hold the brake, and we've got one more hit. And I'm telling you the story because we're going somewhere. Check this out. We're getting the car serviced before that final lap on Saturday night now, a week ago today, and we're doing routine service. We didn't heard it. It's routine service. I'm in the trailer on the computer, talking on the phone with Darian, and just about normal tune-up stuff and what I'm doing. And the guys come in and say, Chris Lehman, my bottom end guy, comes in and says, hey, I got something weird here. And he shows me his finger. And no, you don't want to see a guy showing you his finger, but he's got stuff on his finger. He's got aluminum or metal or something on his finger. And I said, would you put a magnet on it? I need to know whether it's steel or aluminum. He said, no, I didn't do that yet. So we'll go do that. And the next thing I know, about 2 minutes later, Russ comes in and says, this is serious. We got a problem here. That rod has to come out. And I go, no way, yeah, because we got to run in 1 hour. Run in 1 hour. The car's got to be on the racing track in 1 hour, and we got to swap connecting rods. I go, oh my God, I've got new crew, several of them are new, and I got to change a connecting rod. Now I've got all the parts I need. I don't have the time I need. That's the problem. Say, oh my God, you got to be kidding. How is this possible? These are relatively new Bill Miller rods, bitchin' rods, and we got a problem, but you don't have time to diagnose. You don't have time to think. It is all hands on deck, and it is thrash mode. So I looked at my phone, the time on the phone that I was on with Jerry, I said, I got to go. I hung up my phone and I start thrashing, and I'm grabbing a new rod, getting it stamped with the rod number that it was for what rod we were replacing. I go outside and that manifold's coming off, and they're pulling the rocker off, pulling the cylinder head off, and Chris is down there pushing that rod and pissing out, and I've got the rod ready, and it's just unbelievable poetry in motion watching these guys thrash on this car. But I got to tell you, did I think we were going to get it done in an hour? Not really. And even if we did, we're new. We've never been through a thrash together before as a crew. So even if we got it done, do I really think we're going to A, get up there in time, and B, are we going to get up there in time, make a lap that's worth a darn, and not have anything fall off the car or leak or puke oil or fluids or something out on the track? Do I really believe that? No, not really. But we're going to do our best. So we get that rod out on the ground, and I'm thinking, Lehman, if you screwed up and you pulled part for no reason, I'm going to be really pissed. But guess what? Chris Lehman, my new bottom end guy, is now a rock star hero because this is the rod that he found. Now, I've only been doing this for 30 years, but this is the rod that he found, and it turns out this is apparently an issue that these rods have had, Miller rods have had, only when you get the right variables, which are if the rods stay torqued up for a long period of time and not untorqued, which would be like what? Well, I don't know, a COVID racing season where we're not racing and the car sits for a long time. And that's what happens. So this perfect storm of this rod staying torqued up too long, and it has this problem where it splits right up the threads. I didn't see that, but that's what it did. And my guy, Chris Lehman, found it. Yay, Chris. That's your rod right there. Hold that. So he found it, and it's a good darn thing he did, because the last thing you want to have happen is to have that exit on its own on the burnout or on the run, because very bad things happen. And as our famous saying is around here, you know how we know that. And you're about $10,000 to fix it by the time you're done. And I can tell you how I know that, because I've done it before. So he did a great job to find it, but we've got an hour. So by the time we got this car on the ground, serviced, and we're rolling back as Joey and Kim Parker, Joey Severance are pulling by to tow up their hot rods to make their lap, and this thing's on the ground, and we're pushing back, and I'm going, I don't believe we did this. And I looked at my phone, and it was 1 hour later, and this thing was on the ground, we're towing up. I go, well, the good news is we got it done, but I'm still a little nervous as to what's going to fall off or what's going to leak out of it. I mean, we were flying. You can't believe how fast. And I wish we had video of this for you to show you. Dear God, I wish we'd have thought to turn the dang camera on. We'll do better next time, because it was incredible how we all worked together to make that happen. We have a sum total of one picture to show you, because Derby actually thought to take a picture, so I've got one picture to show you. We'll do better next time. We hope to not have a Thrash next time, but if we do, we'll try to do better to have some video to show you. But for now, we got one picture. But all that to say, what makes this last pass that we did fantastic was not that it was such a great pass. It went 39, I'll tell you. We ran a 30, but it was that it was after this unbelievable thrash of having to replace a connecting rod in 1 hour. And we did it, and this is the pass that we ran after changing that rod. Check this out. It was awesome. Check it out.
Lord God, I just thank you for this team and their dedication and their passion for the sport, Lord God, and their dedication to you. Father, I pray for Russ as he drives his car. Keep him safe. Let it be fast, safe, and true, and get the numbers they need. Father, keep your hand upon the crew as they surround this car. Keep your hand of protection upon them all. In your name, amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeehaw.
Yeah, baby!
264.
Nice work.
There's our 30. After all that work, changing the rod. That was amazing. We changed the connecting rod in 1 hour and went 39 if I can read the scoreboard.
Yeah, you did. You're right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We did good.
Good turn, boys.
Damn right.
Hell of a job.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, baby. Woo!
Stand.
Way to go, guys. We got our car back. We got a hot rod again. Let's go. What a thrash, boys. What a thrash.
Ah, yeah, after that thrash, that is absolutely amazing.
That was awesome.
39 with the what?
I don't care who you are. I'm having one beer tonight.
Oh, bitch! 39 with an O! 39 with a 0, bitches!
I'm playing chicken with these guys.
Yeah! You know? 39 with an O! With an O, Russ! Yeah! We got our car back! We got our car back! We got our car back! I'm hoping.
Brother, hey, as soon as he gets back, let's gather up, man. We got some thrash.
A lot of things
What a
to
thrash.
toss around to everybody here.
What a thrash!
Awesome.
I don't care. I'm having one beer tonight. Well, just one beer.
Oh, yeah.
Just one beer. I don't need 3.
Phone with Jerry, and it was 1 hour later when I called him back, and we had the motor back together. The car was done in 1 hour,
Guys,
replacing a connecting rod.
I can't tell you how proud I am, each and every one of you. What we did this weekend was a lot of growth for all of us, but not individuals, and there was that, but as a team. I'm telling you, we don't like that kind of situation, having to do that kind of
I
stuff.
can vouch for that.
But we did it together, and I am so proud of each and every one of you guys. Cap it off with our best run of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Unbelievable.
Great job, everybody. Great
What
job.
a thrash, boys. What a thrash.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What a thrash.
We lost the pilot.
So glad to have our
Yeah,
rod.
but-
So
Yeah, everybody's got to think that's what it's been.